Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host Eric, this is my wife Elizabeth, and this week we are talking about illness and practice. So this week we have two comments, one from Dirt in the Ground and one from Danny. That's 1130 Danny. The first one is they were recently Dirt in the Ground was recently diagnosed with depression and PTSD, that's post-traumatic stress disorder. They knew something was up before the diagnosis. They're not practicing as much as they used to, and they're trying to find out if we have any information that we can give them to help them get out of that funk. Well, before we actually get started on this, we are currently filming on location at our local pagan shop. It's called Crone's Hollow. It is on 2470 South Main Street here in Salt Lake City. I suggest if you have any need to come to a pagan shop that you come down here and check these guys out because they're awesome. I actually bought some stuff while we were here recording. You'll hear some new music on this video in the background and in the credits. And while I'm at it, I may as well say Winwood, thank you very much. Because I don't have a whole lot of experience with any sort of mental instability, I asked my wife to come and talk with you guys about some of the things that she does when she's in a funk. Many people know, we haven't really announced it on the internet, but Elizabeth is bipolar, and it does occasionally affect her ability to feel like it sometimes. Not just with, practicing her path, but other avenues of life as well. So when it comes specifically to dealing with it in your path, and how do you get yourself back into the mood to practice when you're...
Practice is similar to everything in my life that the bipolar affects. Type 2, rapid cycling, but no psychosis, which is quite helpful. You have to get over the wanting to do it. It's separating out feelings as your sole motivation and focus on what you're looking for. I am looking to connect with the universe. I am looking to feel better. I know that practicing will make me feel better. Meditation, small steps. If I can only meditate for 1 minute a day, great. Maybe tomorrow I can do 2. Things like that. Another thing for me that is really helpful is where the bipolar tends to move in cycles. I find that actually connects really well to the seasonal aspect of the year. The same way that the earth needs to rest and then come back into growth, I try to look at that as part of my path as well. That sometimes I'm not doing a lot because I need to rest and get ready for the next period of growth.
Yeah. One of the things that I can suggest if you are someone who is on the outside looking in
Okay.
is be patient, and occasionally you have to judge whether or not it is necessary to be pushy, because sometimes it helps and sometimes it really doesn't.
Yes, it depends. Just for general in bipolar and depression, shameless plug for a book, 50 Ways to Get It Done When You're Depressed by Julie Fast.
Okay.
It's really useful. Several different strategies of how to get through it and get moving again.
Okay. Let's move on to the second question. The second question is from 1130 Danny, as I said before. When it comes to health and magic, do you think illness affects one's ability to do magic? Do you think sick people can heal themselves? Do we think that someone with a disease that is a lifelong, lasts throughout life, is unable to do magic, or their energies are tainted in some way? Do we think that it affects a person's energy sent out into the universe? I have an opinion on this.
Mine would be an emphatic no to the last couple questions.
I'm gonna have to go with when it comes to does it affect their energies? Not in a noticeable way. If it affects their personality, sure, in some way has to affect their energy, but I don't think that that makes them unable to do so.
I mean, I'm bipolar and I practice. I've practiced in the past with a schizophrenic, anxiety, several people with chronic depression, Asperger's. We've all been able to do effective ritual. They've all been able to move energy and do their work in individual ways. Sometimes it's different, but that's true for just about everybody. And a sickness like the flu, I think, is a slightly different situation. That, I think, is something that needs to be case by case. Certainly, if my bipolar's acting up, like back when I wasn't on my meds properly, there were definitely times when I had to stop and think about whether I should be doing a calling, that type of thing. But in general, everybody has to work through stuff. It's saying, well, this person has cancer, so therefore they can't practice, is as ridiculous as saying somebody with cancer or somebody with diabetes can't be pagan because there's something wrong with them. That makes no sense.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to have to agree with Elizabeth. The only thing I want to add is if you are physically ill and it's giving you a fuzzy head, I would probably choose not to do any sort of energy work at that point because it'll probably make you feel worse. Outside of that, if you have a flu or if you have a broken leg or some other malady that requires attention and you're trying to heal yourself, I'm going to reiterate something that I've said many times in the past. Go see a damn doctor. So, I think that just about wraps it up.
Right. I mean, I'm not discounting spiritual healing, and certainly if you've got people around you willing to do that, great.
I don't know that I could do it for myself, though.
I'm not sure about for yourself. Depends on the situation.
Right. Well, thank you, honey, for doing this video with me. I'm sure that most of the people out there watching are probably rather appreciative to know firsthand what it's like. Another thanks to Crohn's Hollow for letting us film here on such short notice. They have a website, and check them out on Facebook. I will put those links in the description below. Thanks to Tamara for letting us do this on almost an hour's notice.
There's a public ritual tonight. I wanted to come.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay. I blame you. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post them in the comments section below. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and of course, until next time, Odin be with you.